Good day, good day, good day. Good day, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Good day, Tim. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me for Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP is an acronym for Spirit in Practice. Spirit in Practice. Hey, Heike, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Diana. Yes, happy Sip Wednesday. I'll take that, Diana. I hope all is well as we continue our journey into our theme this week, which is solstice. So I hope everyone had a good winter solstice day yesterday. I did. It was a really good day. I don't You may or may not know about Celebration Spiritual Center, which is led by Pastor Greg and Pastor Yolanda. And so every winter solstice, Pastor Greg does a visioning on winter solstice. So he did that yesterday at 7 o'clock. And so I participated. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. So I hope you did something yesterday that was in alignment with the energy of the winter solstice, because it's really an experience when we follow the vibe of nature. When we follow the vibe of nature, we are, I think our experience is more, oh, what's the word? What keeps coming to mind is delicious, but our experience is a little is a little, it's more like kind of going with the flow, going with, the way that things are moving, versus going against the grain, going against the flow, kind of like swimming upstream, right? When we follow the energy, the flow of nature, it's usually a gentler experience. At least that's my experience. Okay. So, as we talk about solstice, let's remember that the meaning of it is a turning point, right? To make stand. And the other day we was talking about caught breath, right? Which I just love so much. And I was inviting everyone to pay attention to that space between your inhale and your exhale. Right in between is stillness, right? It's that caught breath, it's that still point that we can really use to prepare ourselves for what's coming next, which is the exhale, right? And so I've been very, very conscious of this ever since I said it the other day. When I take a deliberate conscious breath, right? A deep breath in and I hold it, and then I exhale. I'm very conscious of the holding of it, right? The stillness of it. And then yesterday we talked about the power of dissolving, right? The power of dissolving into the darkness with the energy of the winter solstice, right? Dissolving what has come to an end, what is liquefied, what is melting away, right? What is disintegrating, right? We don't want to stop the process when things are starting to come to an end. Sometimes we get all up in the middle of it, and we stop the whole process of it ending, right? Some things naturally come to completion. Most things naturally come to completion. And then we get all up in there and want to muck around with it, right? So this is the perfect time for us to really become conscious of that which is ending, right? That which has come to completion, right? And we can allow the darkness, we could use the darkness to dissolve it, right? Because the darkness is necessary. It's not to be avoided. The darkness is necessary because it could take in that which is coming to an end, right? If the darkness can prepare a place for the sun, certainly the darkness is prepared for you. Certainly. Certainly. So let's be like the sun, right? With the darkness. And right now, the sun is at pause, right? The sun is at pause. And in this period of pause, it is preparing itself for its ascension again, right? I was reading more about the solstice because I'm totally into this now. Talk about a rabbit hole. I'm all up in it with a comfortable chair and a cup of tea. And so I was reading that the solstice, that yesterday, right, the sun stopped moving southward. It pauses and then starts moving northward. And this pause that it takes is solstice, right? The pause that we can take is our personal solstice, right? Our personal turning point. And then on December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree, this time northward, right? And it's a foreshadowing of longer days, of warmth, and of spring, right? What if we followed that and really allowed ourselves, the sun needs 3 days. What if we gave ourselves 3 days to just slow everything down, to take it to a pause and talk about being out of sync with nature, right? December, there is so much activity in December, so much um, hectic energy. The other day, I went to the gas station. What is happening? The, there was such long lines for gas. It was just like, what is happening right now, right? And just the energy there was so hyper. It was almost like panicky. Like there's a shortage of gas. Like I was like, what is happening? I didn't even bother. I just like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to be in that vibration. And I just drove myself back home, trusting that there's gonna be more gas today, right? And then what happened? Marco, my husband, went and got gas today. So I didn't even have to bother. But my point is, this is a time for stillness, not a time for hyperactivity, right? Not a time for hyperactivity. So let's be like the sun and let's pause. Let's slow down. What just came to my mind was let's take a chill pill. Let's do that. Let's just chill out. Let's just chill out. We do not have to get caught up in the activity of consumerism, commercialism, and capitalism. How about that for 3 C's? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Okay. Oh. My producer is representing that as the stillness and the slowing down. Okay. I thought it meant like something happened with the broadcast. Okay. So the sun is reborn on December 25th. And isn't that interesting that that is part of the Christmas story, right? And it's a story, y'all. It's a story. But I'm not going to get into all that. But it represents, right? The rebirth of the sun. It represents a rebirth of each one of us. Yes? We start to ascend again. But before we could get to the ascending, we have to go through the descending. And oftentimes we want to skip over that part and just be all up in the ascending. But we know it doesn't work because that is not how the cycle of life operates. There is a emerging, there is a flourishing, there is a dissolving. And in between each one of those cycles, there is a pause, there is stillness. There is a pause, there is stillness, there is a readying. Get ready, right? there is a readying to prepare us for that next cycle of our lives. So let's just lavish ourselves in the dissolvement. Like, go all the way in, give it everything you got, and let that which is ending, completing, that which has served perfectly, put it into darkness and let it dissolve. Let it dissolve. It is all good. And one of the things that Pastor Greg said last night that I loved, he said, in order to spiritually ascend, we must spiritually descend. In order to spiritually ascend, we must spiritually descend. That is divine right order, right? So let's align ourselves with that which is aligned, that which is already in perfect order. Let's align ourselves with that. Let's be like the sun. Just for these next three days, let's just slow it down. Be more conscious of our breath. Be more conscious of our caught breath, that still point between our inhale and our exhale. You don't have to do anything else. Just be more present, more conscious. Slow it down. Just slow it down. And let's enjoy our solstice. Let's enjoy our personal solstice. Let's enjoy our descending as we prepare for our ascension again. All right? All right, y'all. So that's where we are today. We are practicing descending into the darkness that is prepared for everything that we are ready to let go. And I should say, more so ready, because you might not feel ready, right? Oftentimes I don't feel ready. Willing. How about just a little willingness to let go, to trust and to have faith that it is time, that the time is now to let it go, to let it go. Because if you hold on to it, you're cluttering up the space and the light can't shine through. The light can't shine through. So we want to open up and let it do what it does. Okay? All right. All right. So we are living life in joy during this period too, right? During this period too, we are in it. We are in our connection to our yes. We are saying yes to the darkness. We are saying yes to our solstice. We are saying yes to dissolvement. We are saying yes to that which we are willing to let go. All right. So let's get into some joy news. All right. So this weekend, y'all, someone reminded me that Saturday was Christmas. I keep forgetting. I just do. I just keep forgetting. Saturday. I'm looking at Sekou in the green room. He just had quite a reaction to me saying that. Yes, Saturday is Christmas, y'all. Saturday is Christmas. But remember, we're going to breathe through it. We're going to stay calm. We're going to stay in the stillness, right? Yes, that's what we're going to do. So this Sunday, living life in joy. Join me 10:30 a.m. I'm thinking it's going to kind of be like a wrap up living life in joy. That's kind of where I'm feeling right now. We'll see what it evolves into. 10:30 this Sunday, living life in joy. The last Living Life in Joy episode for 2021. And then right after, we have Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL, where I am the spiritual director, senior minister, and we are celebrating the first day of Kwanzaa. the first day of Kwanzaa. So please join me for that virtually on Zoom or on Facebook Live. You can go to our website, rocklandcsl.org, and get the information there to join us in service. Registration is open for our 30-day mental diet class that starts on January 4th, 2022. Here is the book, 30-Day Mental Diet by Willis Kinnear. It's a great, great book, and this will be our guide as we go through that class. So please join me. You can register at rocklandcsl.org or on Eventbrite, and the first class is January 4th. We meet Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on Zoom. So please join me for that. And like I said before, if you've done it before, you could do it again because every time is different. And if you've been pondering about doing it and you haven't, come on, say yes. Say yes. It's a wonderful, wonderful journey. On January 5th, speaking of visioning, I do my first visioning for 2022 at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Again, you can go to Rockland CSL, click on Wednesday night, and you'll be in the Zoom room for our first visioning, January 5th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. All right. Let me check it with Sekou. Yes, Lindsay. So the class on PST time is 4 p.m. Yes, 3 hours behind Eastern Time. So yes. And thank you for registering, Lindsay. Hey, Sekou.
Hey, I don't know, it just snuck up on me. When you said it's Saturday, I was like, what? Saturday?
Yep.
Saturday.
Yep.
Wow, that made it real. It is here. It is here, but we're breathing through it.
That's right. That's right.
So a couple of things stood out for me today. One of them was really just a throwaway, but you were talking about the gas station and how you left because you didn't want to be in the vibration that was there at that gas station. And that's something I think about more and more these days. Just the vibration of the space that I'm in, the physical space. And that's not something I thought about a lot before, but now it's something I pay attention to, especially doing food deliveries. Like there are literally places that I will no longer eat because of what I've experienced in terms of vibration, in terms of coming in and grabbing food. Some of these places are places that I used to go all the time. I'm like, nah, I've seen too much now. I've experienced too many different vibrations of places. So that's important, especially in terms of food, because that energy is going into the food. Believe it or not, it's going into the food, which is going into your body. So it's important to be mindful of the vibrations around you at all times. So, so that stood out to me. And also, you've been talking a lot about breath. And breath has come up for me recently, too. This concept of breath work was introduced to me recently. And there's this guy named Wim Hof, who apparently he's considered superhuman because he can withstand all kinds of cold temperatures just by using his breath. I think he did a marathon with no clothes on him, something crazy. Like he's just like immune to cold. He jumps into ice baths. It's a whole thing. But he says all he does is use his breath. So I've been experimenting with that a little bit, and I find that I am unwittingly tense in my breath often, and it's only because of doing this that I discovered that. And it'll be simple things like I'll be typing something. I'll be like, why am I tense? Like just trying to type something really quickly. And I can see other people doing that when they're trying to type something. Like somehow there's this like clenching. And so I'm just trying to be more mindful to relax through whatever it is I'm doing. And be aware of my breath in the same way that you're becoming aware of yours. And can't say enough about that. I'm sure Lindsay has a lot to say about that too, because of her work, I'm sure she's done some breath work too.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is life itself, right? Our breath is life itself. So we want to be, if we want our life to flow, our breath has to flow, right? If we constrict our breath, we constrict our life, right? Oh, that's a whole other sip. That could be a whole nother sip. I'm going to put it on the list. But yes. All right, everybody. I think today's a sip of a sip. I hope everyone's doing well. I will see you tomorrow for our continuation of Solstice. Be mindful today. Continue to use this time, right? This universal time to be more still, to take more pauses, to be more conscious of your breath, right? And to release, and to release. All right. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.